It's Friday, November 15th. A tribute to our local veterans, narrowing down where to apply for college, and do you like dessert? All of this and more in this edition of the Stinger on Air. Good morning, Jackets. I'm Tabitha Thompson, and welcome back to the Stinger on Air. Monday was Veterans Day, and JROTC held their annual Veterans Day program. Michaela Oakley has more.
On Monday, JROTC held their annual Veterans Day program. This program has been performed by many JROTC members over the last 15 years. JROTC instructor Sergeant Carlos Marcano explains why this program is important.
I like to make sure that when we're doing this presentation, I want to know that people understand what average soldiers go through every day while they're in the military. That's why that video has them missing their kids' birthday, missing their anniversaries. So I want to make sure that people understand that. That's why I do it. I want to make sure that they see and feel like we feel.
Veterans Day honors all American veterans, no matter what branch they served in. Whether it's the Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, Marine Corps, Navy, or Merchant Marines, all these veterans have one thing in common: their willingness to serve and sacrifice themselves for their country. Retired veteran and former JROTC instructor Major Scott Cato, known at Buford simply as Major, explains why he decided to enlist in the Army.
I wanted to change the direction my life was going in. And, the military offered me a way to do that. I was going to go to college and they were going to pay for it because I didn't have no money. So I went out there and found something that would get me to where I wanted to go.
Veterans Day is meant to be a day of respect for veterans across the country, no matter how short or long of a time they served. Madison Edwards, JROTC's cadet captain, explains why veterans deserve this date.
It shows respect to our community, but not only our community, just the veterans around us, because they fight so hard for us and they serve for us. So it's just a little token of appreciation, a gratitude thing.
JROTC also participated in a Veterans Day program at the Buford Battleground. Tinsley Oliver, JROTC's battalion executive officer, explains why it's important to not only remember those who survived their time in the military, but also the ones who made the ultimate sacrifice.
In order for us to have what we have now and our freedom in this world and the freedom for us to do what we please, they gave their life for us. And I feel that's important that their family and people know that we are grateful for that, because without them and their sacrifice, we wouldn't have what we have.
For Stinger on Air, I'm Michaela Oakley.
Thanks, Michaela. This past Tuesday, BHS hosted a fall college fair to provide upperclassmen the opportunity to learn about some of South Carolina's top colleges and universities. Stinger on Air's Emmy Grace Johnson shows us how this year's college fair has a twist.
On Tuesday, juniors and seniors attended the school's college fair with a twist. Instead of the usual format, students moved through tables in a fast-paced speed dating style, connecting with representatives from colleges and other educational institutions. Gracie Helms, the BHS college advisor, explained why the college fair is important for juniors and seniors.
But this specific one is called speed networking. So what happens at this one is it gives the students a chance to speak with universities that they might not normally go up to on their own, that might have awesome programs that they're considering.
Senior class president Creighton Bradley says it's important for not only juniors and seniors should be making college plans, but other underclassmen should begin to plan.
Yeah, I would say start early, start looking at your options, just keep an open mind, ask a lot of questions. Asking questions is like your best friend. And don't procrastinate until your senior year. Don't be like, I don't know. Just, start early, know what you want to do. Apply for scholarships as soon as you can. Apply for college as soon as you can. Because in the long run, you're not going to be as stressed if you start early.
Limestone University Rep Mackenzie Harris says students should reach out and take the time to figure out what school best fits them.
Do your research. Reach out, talk to people, figure out what school is really going to suit you the best. Obviously, go to as many campus tours as you can. Do all the things.
For more information on colleges or future college fairs, email or talk to Miss Helms in the library. For Stinger on Air, I'm Emmy Johnson.
Thanks, Emmy Grace. While fall sports have come to a close, winter sports are just around the corner. Be sure to check our social media pages and our website for updates and schedules. Last Tuesday...
Dude, what's that noise? It's time for Jacket Culture. Jarrett Bailey's birthday is November 19th. If you see him in the halls, make sure to wish him a happy birthday. Remember, the grading period ends on Monday, November 18th, and recovery starts that week, so make sure to catch up on your hours and lock in. The National Honor Society will be giving out gobble gums for $1 next week before school and during lunch. Beta Club will be hosting a parent night out on Friday, November 22nd. If you wish to attend, register your child by Wednesday, November 20th with the QR code on the screen. The Powder Puff game has been moved to Wednesday, November 20th. It'll cost $5 to get in and start at 6:30 p.m. So that's it for this week's Jacket Culture. Can you stop running, man? Dude, I can't. I'm training for the turkey trot tomorrow. Cool, when does that start? Check-in's at 8 a.m. and it starts at 9 a.m. Well, all right, thank you, sir. No problem, man. Come on. Well, that's all for this week's Jacket Culture with Jacob Rivers and Tyler Bain. Wait. Jacob, you're supposed to say something. Dude, why are you standing there? Cool, when does that start? It starts at 8 a.m. and...
Recently, Jacket Chorale members Selvin Jenkins, Addison Wright, and Tabitha Thompson traveled to Lexington High School Performing Arts Center to audition for SC All-State Choir. Speaking of the Jacket Chorale, yesterday they traveled to Lancaster High School to participate in the District Honor Choir. Way to go, Jackets!
Have you checked out the website lately? There's a lot of new stuff. Like for Veterans Day, there are 2 new video features by Riley Beckham and Tyler Benton, and 1 new article in Humans of the Hive, both by Michaela Oakley. There's also a photo gallery of the Veterans Day program. You can find all of these tributes by hovering over the feature category. If you hover over the multimedia category and hit Hivecast, you'll be able to find the second episode of the Senseless podcast by Landon Bryson and Matt Collier, and the second episode of When Murder Comes Knocking by Dalen Laney. And remember, under the People category, there's also a new tab called Show Your Work. It's for students and teachers to highlight any classroom activities or assignments. Make sure to go check out our website for any new content. For Stinger on Air, I'm Riley Beckham.
Thanksgiving is approaching. We've taken questions to the street like, what food are you most excited to see on the table at Thanksgiving, and what are you thankful for? But this year, we're getting specific.
There are plenty of foods we all love around Thanksgiving time. Mashed potatoes, stuffing, turkey, but what is Buford's High's favorite dessert? We took it to the street to find out. What's your favorite Thanksgiving Day dessert?
Probably pumpkin pie with whipped cream.
Pumpkin pie with whipped cream.
Pumpkin pie with whipped cream. Pumpkin pie.
What is your favorite Thanksgiving Day dessert?
Sweet potato casserole. I know it's a side dish, but it's my favorite dessert. Speaking of desserts, next week the Buford Brew will be selling mini pumpkin pies with candied pecans on top, with or without. And just be on the lookout for my email and you can order your mini pies.
Banana pudding.
Oh, hey. Banana pudding, too.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving Day dessert?
Key lime pie.
Thanksgiving Day dessert with a sweet tooth. I would definitely say pumpkin cheesecake bars.
Mac and cheese.
Chocolate eclair cake.
Yes,
Pie. Yes. Pumpkin cheesecake bars. Best ever. Haven't had it? Go try it.
What kind of pie?
Apple.
Pumpkin pie.
Pecan pie, of course.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving Day dessert?
It's a caramel cake, like a 7-layer caramel cake my mom makes. It's really good.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Banana pudding.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
You have a favorite ice cream?
No, just the white kind.
Any kind of cheesecake.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving Day dessert?
Pecan pie.
Sweet potato pie.
Probably peach cobbler.
Without a doubt, pecan pie.
Pecan.
You just said pecan?
I did.
Pecan. You in the South.
It looks like a lot of people love pumpkin pie. My favorite dessert is probably cherry cobbler. I think a new question may be, is it pecan or pecan? Well, that's enough about me. That's all for this week's Stinger on the Street with Dan Laney and Emmy Grace Johnson. Hey Tabitha, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dessert?
Thanks, Dalen. I'd have to say corn pudding. Don't knock it till you try it. Mr. Belk, what's your favorite dessert to see on Thanksgiving?
Thanks, Tabitha. Favorite Thanksgiving dessert has to be cold pumpkin pie with Cool Whip. Like dollops and dollops and dollops. By far my most favorite Thanksgiving dessert. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody's time this morning. As always, want to start with Jacket Pride. Remember, personal responsibility, respect, integrity, dedication, excellence, all about that world-class character. All right, first I want to thank Ms. McConnell for finding what you're looking for this week and recognizing Jacket Pride in our students. We appreciate that. I want to recognize Nathaniel Merrill, Leah McGriff, and Ava Patterson. And Nathaniel, you are our t-shirt winner for this week, so great job. But all three of you can come up during your own time on Monday, get your little shout out, your Cersei, and then Nathan, you can get your t-shirt at the same time. Great job. Way to show that Jacket Pride. Keep it up. We're proud of you. All right, y'all, with that being said, we are getting to that next checkpoint, but we're not quite there yet. 7 days stand between us and Thanksgiving break. And I know everybody's excited about that opportunity to have those days off, and that will be a tremendous opportunity when that time comes. However, we are not quite there yet. All right. Within those 7 days, a few things that we have to be mindful of are, number one, our third grading period of the fall semester will conclude and end on Monday, November 18th. So that's really important to know. Okay. Also, our recovery, if you owe seat time recovery, the next opportunity is next week. All right. So be very mindful of that. Our staff's done a great job of communicating if you owe and need that. And then also our cumulative benchmarks for Master Connect are next week in all of our end of course tested areas. That's English 2, Algebra 1, Biology, and then also U.S. History. All right, so just be very mindful of that. With those benchmarks, I always say, do your absolute best. And even more reason to do your best is our staff does a great job of using these benchmarks to help guide the next steps and how to support you in preparation for that end of course test that's coming up in December after we get back from break. Okay, so be very mindful of that. All right, so as we approach these next 7 days, I always think it's very important to make sure we are sprinting hard to that next checkpoint. And when that time comes, we'll take advantage of it. That's student, staff, everybody. But in the meantime, always make sure you're controlling your focus, your attitude, and your effort. And what is it that you choose to focus on during this next stretch of time? Because this will dictate how we finish and the type of semester that we know we're all striving for and the goals that we have. You will begin to hear the phrase championship season an awful lot. Our upperclassmen at Buford High School know what this is all about. Our freshmen will begin to learn what championship season is all about. But as we talk about that, remember, everything that we have as a goal is still in front of us here at Buford High School. 40% of our grade is still up for grabs between the R4 grading period as well as the final exams or end of course tests. Be sure, the last thought I want to share with this week is be sure that the best is ahead of us rather than behind us. And I think if we can focus on that, that's a very strong thought to focus on. Remember, your hope has to stand on the best is ahead of us and not behind us, and we dictate that through our focus, our attitude, and our effort. That's for everybody in this building, adults, staff, students included. All right. With that being said, I want everybody to have a wonderful and safe weekend when the time comes. Have a great day. Go Jackets.
Thanks, Mr. Belk. That wraps up this episode of The Stinger on Air. Stay tuned for next week's show. To stay up to date throughout the week, make sure to check our social media pages and our website at BufordStinger.com. There's also a new way to support the Stinger. At the top of the homepage and the bottom of any posted content, there's a Contribute button, which just means donate. We would appreciate any donation to support our website maintenance. For Stinger on Air, I'm Tabitha Thompson.